As president of the NAACP State Conference of Branches and as the publicized leader of the integration movement in Arkansas, I was singled out for special treatment. 2 flaming crosses were burned on our property. The first, a 6-foot gasoline-soaked structure, was stuck into our front lawn just after dusk. At the base of the cross was scrawled, "Go back to Africa. KKK." The second cross was placed against the front of our house, lit, and the flames began to catch. Fortunately, the fire was discovered by a neighbor and we extinguished it before any serious damage had been done. Bates and her husband were important figures in the African American community in the capital city of Little Rock. They published a local black newspaper, the Arkansas State Press, which publicized violations of the Supreme Court's desegregation rulings. The plan for desegregating the schools of Little Rock was to be implemented in 3 phases, starting first with the senior and junior high schools, and then only after the successful integration of senior and junior schools would the elementary schools be integrated. After 2 years and still no progress, a suit was filed against the Little Rock School District in 1956. The court ordered the school board to integrate the schools as of September 1957. The battle for the soul of Little Rock had indeed begun, and Bates entered vigorously. Realizing her intense involvement and dedication to education and school integration, Daisy was the chosen agent. After the 9 black students were selected to attend Central High, Mrs. Bates would be with them every step of the way. As the leader of the NAACP branch in Arkansas, Bates guided and advised the 9 students, known as the Little Rock 9, when they attempted to enroll in 1957 at Little Rock Central High School, a previously all-white institution. The students' attempts to enroll provoked a confrontation with Governor Orville Faubus, who called out the National Guard to prevent their entry. The Guard only let the white students to pass the school gate. 8 students out of the 9 were asked to go back home. One student, Elizabeth Eckford, didn't receive the message from Daisy Bates the previous night and was met by a white mob outside the school as she tried to find the other 8 students in that morning. The mob threatened to kill the black students. Members of the mob harassed not only activists but also northern journalists who came to cover the story. Bates used her organizational skills to plan a way for the 9 students to get into Central High. She planned for ministers to escort the children into the school, 2 in front of the children and 2 behind. She thought that not only would they help protect the children physically but having ministers accompany them would serve as powerful symbols against the bulwark of segregation. Bates continued with her task of helping the 9 enroll in school. She spoke with their parents several times throughout the day to make sure they knew what was going on. She joined the parent-teacher organization, even though she did not have a student enrolled in school. She was persistent and realized that she needed to dominate the situation in order to succeed. Bates was a pivotal figure in that seminal moment of the civil rights movement. Osro Cobb, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Arkansas, refers in his memoirs to her, accordingly.